love the work I do, but there's always that piece about what am I doing to give back to make this world a better place. And so seeing this and really feeling the heartwarming love that they were giving was amazing. So my name is Sheila Frierson, and I'm the president of our North American Employee Plan business. And I'm in Nepal because I really am inspired about helping others live better lives. And this opportunity, I've been donating through the Change of Life charity pretty much my whole time at Computershare, and the ability to come and really give back to the kids was really important to me. The last 7 days was spent doing some of the most difficult work I've ever done in my life, and I've had 2 children. Just the first part, coming into a new country and seeing things I'd never seen before, was amazing, but also shocking, different from what we usually see and do in our lives. I live in Los Angeles, it's a pretty big difference. The trek itself was the most challenging thing I ever did physically, and it was so fulfilling. I think it could only have been topped by getting to go to the school and see the kids and see where all this work and fundraising has gone. That just topped the cake for me. I find so much of our lives and people these days are just kind of insulated, and they think about kind of them and maybe their families and kind of what is necessary for them. And I think that's maybe going around a little bit too chronically. So I do think it's important to think outside of ourselves and think about not just your community, but the whole world is our community. We're all human beings. We need to provide, if we can, more opportunity, and everybody should be given the opportunity to grow in their life and to expand. I just think it's fantastic that Computershare not only looks to provide charitable gifting to youth organizations around the globe, but then to take it a step further and take its employees on these missions, as I like to call it, to really see who you're touching. It just even makes it that much more important. Like, I know for me, having seen this, I want to go now double down on my efforts. What more can I do and share with people so that they want to help and do more. The biggest thing I learned personally, I didn't know how much resilience I had. I think I'm a resilient person, but there is a lot to endure and just kind of go with the flow, and my physical capability and seeing things I didn't expect to see and deal with, that was great for me. I think I learned that about myself. What I learned professionally, but I think it's also personally, we complicate things so much for ourselves. When you're in a place like Nepal, and I imagine other countries that are maybe third world countries, you see how happy people are in a much more simplistic environment. And I know we might look at them and say, oh, they don't have this, they don't have that, they don't have running water or hot water, but that's what they've known. And I think it's great to help countries to grow. But I think on the flip side of it, it made me realize how much we complicate our lives. We think we need so much, and it's really a want. I know I'm gonna go back. I've heard a couple people say this, like, I'm never gonna complain about anything again, But just to, kind of really appreciate what we have, and maybe try not to complicate everything so much. And I think that goes for the personal life, but in the work life, we need to treat each other more like humans, and especially being in Nepal and the smiles on everyone's faces, even when things get very complicated, it's just kind of this is the journey. This is the journey, and this is what's happening today, and that's all right. Just getting to the school, we were able to buy the school two school buses. They need much more than that. First off, there's 650 kids now at that school, And when we were in the classroom asking them where they all lived, they live all over the place. And just how rustic it is, I'm not even sure how they all get there, So I would say, I'm like, well, it's great that we did too, but what more can we do? Classrooms, there was a lot of kids in each classroom. You can see that the need to just create more education and ability to give more children knowledge. Any funds that we can give to help get more teachers there, help to continue to build the school out. We look at our schools in the States and we say, oh, the education system has failed us. We don't have X or Y, and whatever we think we don't have is like, they need that 10 times more. I mean, they're so grateful, but it's so basic what they have there. I think I knew that, but when you see it firsthand and you see how proud they are and they're still thriving and happy, it's just like you want to do more. You want to give more. So my hope would be, if that opened in the 90s, 23 years ago or something like that, with 25 students, and now it's 650, like how many more can we serve? Especially when you see some of these children on the streets of Kathmandu begging for money, what would it take to get those children in a school? But we'll need more schools like that. I think the highlight was really actually going to the school. I mean, the trek was so amazing. It didn't seem real. Being out there and trekking and seeing this scenery, which I never thought I would see, was amazing. It didn't seem real. But when we were pulling up to the school and we were getting off the bus and we saw how much fanfare, I was immediately in tears. I mean, it's just, you could feel the love and the pride they had for what they were doing, and it just really touched my heart. And in my job, I always, I love what I do. I love the work I do, but there's always that piece about what am I doing to give back to make this world a better place. And so seeing this and really feeling the heartwarming love that they were giving was amazing. I would just share with everyone that the Change of Life charity that we have in the organization is doing really great work. I know that there are other treks and other experiences that people have had over time that are always supporting the youth around the globe. Even just a little bit of money, depending on what you have, goes a long way. You might not think even $5 or $10 or $20 is a lot, but when you come here and you see how much money that is to them, I just think it's really important to give back. So I would encourage everyone, just do what you can do, because you can really make a change in someone's life.